Hello, my friend. Welcome to Breakfast with Sergio, episode number 276. Today, I want to talk to you about a non-salesy email that actually sells art. Well, my friend, welcome back to my table. I'm super happy to be here with you once again. Today, my friend, I want to really chat with you and talk to you, tell you a bit of a story that was inspired by one of the members of my coaching academy, the Art Next Level program. That is a super cool story that really, has made my day. So, when I read it actually yesterday, it really made my day. And I wanted to kind of share a little bit with you because it is a pretty good example, right, of the things that we can do as artists when we get, and that can happen when we decide to get closer to our audience. So, every Tuesday, since the pandemic began and a little bit after, I started to do studio visits through Zoom every Tuesday inside my coaching program, the Art Next Level Academy. So at 10 a.m. every Tuesday, in the last few weeks, I've been just clicking on Zoom and invite my artists in my community to come and join me from their studio. We talk about what's happening in our studios and so on. So one of the artists who joined the call last week, shared how he was, writing an email and, crafting this email for his collector base, right? For his audience, for his email list. And, just like all of us as artists, sometimes, we're hesitant about sending another email, what to say, what to do in that email. And if he wasn't really crafting a salesy email, because he has a promotion that was coming up later on, in the future, but he just wanted to kind of stay in touch with his people, with his audience. And so he crafted this pretty cool email, a sincere email opening up on, what was happening in his life, the situation that was going on for him and, some of the news that were happening in his career and so on. And very cool thing happened that, just this week he reported how, after he sent out this email, he got some replies, and he actually made his biggest sale of the year, right? Through an email that was a non-salesy email. He didn't have any click here to buy now or 30% off, click now and discount. None of that, right? It was just a sincere email from the bottom of his heart of where he was at as an artist, what was happening in his life, and really open up to his audience. And out of that, effort, which he was very hesitant about sending out, and we, during the call, we're like, yeah, send it out, send it. It's gonna be good. He committed to send it out, and amazing things happen, right? So that little story really, made my day, and I wanted to create this episode today with you about the power of vulnerability. Being vulnerable to your audience, getting closer to your audience through the things that you do and say, right? Because here's the thing, my friend. When you become closer to your audience, when you are vulnerable to your audience in some way or fashion, right? When you remove that facade of everything is going well, in my art career, everything is cool, everything is happy and awesome, and you actually become more vulnerable. What happens, the result of that, is that you become more like the person on the other side, right? You become closer to the person on the other side. And when you do that, amazing things can happen, right? People love to buy from those who they feel close to. So, you have the collectors or the people, the followers in your audience who have been maybe following you for a while. Maybe they haven't made that purchase yet, but the more they know you because of what you are doing in your social media, in your emails, the way you are presenting yourself to them, you're becoming closer and closer to them. And at the end of the day, those who are closer to the people on the other side, have much better results and opportunities, right? Because they feel closer to you. And that's exactly, what this episode is all about. What are you doing, my friend, to get closer to your audience, to the people on the other side, so that they feel like they are getting to know you better, that you are one of them, that they can come to you and make that purchase, right? Being part of what you are doing in the world. I always talk about this, sales, as an artist, is not being salesy, but rather inviting people to the amazing things that you are doing in the world, right? It's a much different type of sale. Instead of asking for the sale, you're asking them to just come and join you in what you are doing in the world as an artist, right? Which, AKA, art sales, right? You are creating an opportunity for them to buy from you, to become part of what you are doing in the world, participate in your art career by purchasing your work. So, that is the very cool thing that happens, when you as an artist, right, when you write your emails, when you write the captions for your social media posts, instead of being just dry with announcements on your emails, or, this is what's coming next, or this is what happened, or when you make a post that's just, the artwork and the title, the medium, the size, that is kind of dry. When you actually use storytelling techniques, and when you actually use, your voice, and you think about, I'm going to write this email or this post description as if I'm talking to somebody sitting on the other side of this table, then everything changes. Then the way you speak changes, the way you write changes, the way you make your post change, because you're thinking about the one versus the many. And when you do that, not only you become more effective, but you get closer to the person on the other side. And again, and when you do that, when you are closer to the person on the other side, then more opportunities happen because because people feel closer to you. They want to participate in what you are doing in the world. One great example of that, my friend, for example, is, and I love when this happens, right before we went into pandemic mode and everybody got in lockdown and isolation, I was in New York for the Armory Show, and as I was walking in one of the aisles of the Armory Show, an artist tapped on my shoulder, somebody who I didn't know, tapped on my shoulder and said, "Hey, I have breakfast with you often." So immediately I knew what she was talking about. She watches my show Breakfast with Sergio. So all of a sudden there was, an immediate connection right there, right? She comes to my table, right? How more vulnerable this could be, right? My intimate table here where I have my breakfast every morning, which, by the way, this smells really good. And that became kind of the point of our conversation. We had a really nice chat, like if we knew each other for a long time, because she has come to my table virtually, even though we had never met before. And that exactly is the power of connection, the power of becoming vulnerable in a way, of course, without putting yourself at risk, but becoming more vulnerable with what's happening with you in your career, so that the person on the other side feels that they are getting to know you, that they're getting closer to you. And when you do that, my friend, more often you will have much better results in your art career. So think about that today. Just like the example that I gave you today is just one nugget, of what happens inside the Art Next Level Academy, which is my coaching program where every week I'm connecting with artists, chatting with artists. We're working together every Tuesday. We do, as I mentioned today, we do the studio visits. I visit your studio through Zoom every Tuesday. Of course, those who want to join. And then every Thursday or so, then we also do live art business Q&A. So, we answer your questions in your art career. We help you brainstorm ideas of what's happening in your art career, things that you're struggling with, to help you succeed and move forward. So if you want to check that out, if you want to check my program, if you want to join me for next studio visit, all you have to do is go to my website, www.theartistnextlevel.com/join. Again, www.theartistnextlevel.com/join. And you can be part of my community of artists from around the world, the Art Next Level Academy, where we can work together to help you take your art career to the next level. So thank you for watching this episode. Please share it with your friends. We'd love if you do that. And I will see you next time. Have a great and awesome day. And don't forget, get closer to your audience. Goodbye.